Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
This episode is brought to you by Dark Vixen, 2B1B4U, Arsenon, Fei, Deja Vu, Radioactive Jeff, Joshua Meserve Jr., and Gluthoric. Thanks for your support. Episode 29, Love, Part 2. Oh, more of love is what you need to satisfy your ego's greed. 'Twas not enough to hear its deeds, return you have to hear me read. You cry aloud a heartfelt creed, what now, you say, when heart doth bleed, when broken beats at last concede, and breath remains, but soul's not freed. O child, you think the broken steed that once ran wild and loose with speed will return so soon to fields of weed. Take time to plant a better seed. Let love lost find new mouths to feed, and instead, within, this message heed. Seek not revenge, of this I plead, for more of love is what you need. Welcome back to the Girls Who Don't D&D podcast. Once again, I didn't let the girls hear the intro. I am your perpetually challenged Dungeon Master, and with me are the perpetually challenging and difficult to pronounce girls.
Indy, playing Freya.
Are you on? Well, okay, you're right. You are technically playing Belloc.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That's why I stumbled.
And
Stacey playing Kaa'Riin.
never gets it wrong. Just
Immaculate.
reliable.
So only you have to play the one character. Poor Indy's got to play like 12 different people.
And Lana playing Morrigan.
Ladies, I'm sure you planned ahead for the thing we do almost every episode, so
Always.
hit me with those shout-outs.
I'm going to shout out to a person that I met in Sydney not too long ago.
Ooh!
Who was really, really lovely. And as soon as I told them about my podcast, they were like,
Wait.
"All right,
Sorry, your podcast.
our podcast."
Thank you.
They were all over it and they were like, "Oh, this is great. This sounds great." And then I met them in Sydney on the weekend and they'd already listened to a few episodes and loving it. They were like, "You guys are just so cute." So it was really nice to meet someone.
Look, I know people all the time want to know whether or not you guys actually are so cute. And genuinely, they are. They are. They're a
So-
sweet, cute
We're
bunch of people.
adorable.
Adorable. Stace.
I'm going to shout out 3 people who all have something in common. So Devon Climbs. You guys know I love a basic, straightforward name. Devon Climbs, and he climbs, guys.
Not only that, we love a good Devon. We shout out Devons all the time.
I've spoken about Devons a lot.
Devons must be our most common followers. Thank you, Devons of the world.
Thank you, all Devons everywhere. Megan's, she's American, might be Megan, but anyway, we could say Megan's Magic Manis. She has some amazing nails. And RJF Tigers 01, who all bought the limited edition Kaa'Riin shirt.
Aw.
Yay!
Which is almost gone by the time this episode goes out.
Yeah.
I'd say we will, they're gone. They're gone. If you're
They're
listening
gone
now,
by now.
the Morrigan ones might still be out there right now if you want to grab a Morrigan shirt.
They want a Morrigan
Limited
hoodie. Someone else
edition.
does.
They want a hoodie. I know. We'll look into it. But if you're looking for merch from us, keep your eyes open. More and more stuff is starting to appear. Alana,
I am going to shout out all of the people that have commented on my query on Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
So Lindsay, Ava, Molly, Smokescreen, Rebecca, Misha, Sarah, Cloud, Heather, IDK Dude 23, awesome. Emily, Ashley, Devon, and Amanda. They have all said that they would be interested in watching me get ready for my engagement photos and do some makeup.
Yes.
Sounds good.
And that just sounds like it's going to be so much fun for me. So thank you so much for all of you.
That'll be on our Patreon, and you're going to do other sorts of makeup as well, yeah?
Yes.
Alana's makeup is next world.
It's
I gave them some
Yeah.
snippets of things I've done in the past, and everyone was so lovely about it. So I'm really excited.
we got to see them in real life. You've done
Yeah.
stuff, and we've seen them, and it's ridiculous. Why are you not working on movies? It's a fair question.
No, that is a fair question. Or even just being a freelance makeup artist, you'd be making so much more money.
Well, my latest thing
I'd
is
be
I want to
happy
go into
under-
like party planning.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you do a good party.
I am going to do something that we haven't done for a while, so stay with me. But you know how I do a global shout out where I pick people from all over the world who listen to our show? And you know I pronounce half of them wrong because some of you people live in places that have too many sounds together. But here we go. Ready for this? Okay, thank you. Shout out to Cairo from Antigua, Wisconsin, Anya Lua from Lagos, Nigeria, Padrig from Cork, Shanae Purple Zombie McPhee and Ram T from South and Western Australia, respectively, Sydney H from Oklahoma, Oklahoma. My stepfather used to sing that out the front of a farm that we used to go to a long time ago, and it just makes me think of him every time. Annalay H from Nordinge Sweden. Nailed it.
Sweden.
They're all over there going, we need to change the name of our town. Luna Walls from Drunen, Netherlands. Tyler's Knives and Blacksmithing, also from South Australia, not just because I want a free knife. Bina A from Us, Akashus, Norway. Adnan B from, I got close, there's a little thing.
I wouldn't even know. Okay.
The A has a thing on top of it. I don't know how to pronounce that A. Adnan B from Chi-Town, that's Chicago for those who don't know. Lydia D from Antwerp, Belgium. Jason S from the Dead Rise restaurant in Suffolk, because that's a badass name for a restaurant, the Dead Rise. Loudry, possibly.
Is it a bakery?
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking like Uprising.
I do know that, the dude has epic hair. Because,
Sweet.
as you know, all these people have clearly had to stalk to figure out what the hell to say about them. Loudry from Chertsey, Quebec. Yana P and Billy S from Newcastle.
Hey!
From here, just in case you only thought I was picking out some tough names, though, a shout out to Colin from Bath. That's in the US, not the English Bath. There you go. Cory P from Kansas City. Leah S from Teignmouth. She is the head keeper.
Of what?
Well, a zoo, but it sounds better if I don't say the rest of the sentence. But what a badass job that is as well.
That's so cool.
Abby P from Franklin, Tennessee. Caitlin C, who studied at Obadiah Edutum in Budapest. Nailed it. Hera R from Keflavik, Iceland. I can also say a capital, Reykjavik. Gabriella K from Kurzau Wilkopolski.
Where's that?
Poland. Probably. I mean, I might have just made those sounds up. Talia Mack from Victoria Point in Queensland, Trisha J from Cincinnati, Faye P from Stockton-on-Tees, who also has a very serious cool job in a museum, Verity from, I love this one because I know that this is not how you say it, but I'm saying it this way, Landtwit Major, Mark from Shoreham, Nathan from Corby, Lee from Stoke-on-Kent, and the last of those were all from the UK for a reason.
Because we're going to the UK.
Because we are coming to the UK. We're doing it. We're 98% sure. But yes, one of the things we're trying to do this year is we are heading to hopefully MCM London in October. We would like to see you all there, those of you who can make it there, because we do not want to be sitting in a corner by ourselves.
Oh my gosh, please go. I have nightmares. It's just us and like one person who's like, hey.
I know.
His name's Gary, right?
And his name's Greg.
Greg.
It'll be
Oh,
Devon.
it's Greg.
It'll clearly be a Devon. And I'm just, as you guys know, as soon as we leave this room, we don't talk to each other. We don't like each other's company. So we'd be sitting at that table the whole time, just staring
uncomfortable.
forward. Just going, there's lots of people in cosplay. Maybe we should have come in cosplay.
Wait, do we go in cosplay?
My
Are we
mum
going
expects me to. And I'm
I
like,
assume we
I expect you to
would.
now.
I just want a big pink wig is why.
That's not going to be the hardest one to find, is it? Pink and purple
Oh, no,
wigs.
you can get them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a pink wig.
I do have one more. This one is from Spotify because we love reading through the comments we get on there.
I love those comments.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
I will say, do not ask us a question on there. We're not allowed to answer you. There's no way we can answer back. So people are like asking a question. I'm like, sorry, I can't help you. But this one is from Chewy977. And there's a question. How long did it take you to tie the story together this well from beginning to end? And how much is made up as you go? And so here's the answer. It's all catch up. It's always catch up. I'm always adjusting the story because the girls are always breaking it. So every time I think, oh, I know where this is going to go, I rewrite and I rewrite and I rewrite. And so much is made up that there are entire episodes, I guess, that I had to throw away, including the wonderful people from Lawful Stupid D&D podcast who did a whole episode about the Library of Vassenor. We used none of it.
Oh,
Well,
no.
you threw us straight into a fight.
No, but it's just because the whole thing changed.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I thought you were going there faster. You guys went, you turned left instead of right. So I always have to adjust things. And by the time you guys got back there, the original story didn't make sense. So I had to do it.
You did say from the beginning you wanted to give us freedom and not kind of just put us on a railway track. And
Yeah, I think some people don't realise just how much we are like that. It is just, let's hold on and find out what happens. But the next entire, this is today, I almost 100% guarantee this is the end of chapter 2.
ooh,
I almost guarantee it. But I say that knowing that there is nothing in chapter 3 that is actually locked in. It just is so open and anything could happen. Mostly because I don't know what the hell's going to happen in this one.
and because we really fucked ourselves in the last episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's just dwell on that dragon for a while. Anyway, where are we with our story? Ladies, we left the story with almost everyone on board the well-dressed mole man's balloon as you raced back towards Cruzian's tower, having kind of saved his family from the dragon, who is now possessed by some kind of serial-killing god intent on hunting down your loved ones.
Yeah, it's not nice.
On board is Loran and her 2 kids, who also happen to be the Cruzian's kids. There's the mole man, there's Lute, there's Kaa'Riin, there's Morrigan. But once again, we're missing someone.
This is not my fault.
This time it
It's
might not
not
be your
me.
fault. As the balloon blasted towards the city of Indy, the being that has taken control of Freya's body has vanished with the body. How big of a problem could that be? Let's find out. Ladies, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have a solution.
It's stressful. I'm stressed.
Constantly stressed by this
Yeah.
game.
It's just 3 girls, a dragon, and a handful of dice. Some guys telling stories, I'm sure they'll be nice. There will be monsters, and magic, and fire and ice. But it's mostly 3 girls, a dragon, and dice.
Oh, do we need to unload this?
Is there snacks in there? Because I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, I could eat.
Getting snacks.
Okay.
There are
Corey doesn't let us
there are
eat.
definitely snacks in there. No, because you eat like,
yeah.
I roll a 4. I completely forgot about this. We did get a lovely delivery
With snacks.
with snacks in it, which, as you're well aware, is terrifying because they may eat for this entire episode. But girls, would you like to take a look inside the box?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a piece of paper that says, please read first.
Because they sent you some stuff that was a little bit unusual and they were worried Coop might see it first. So
Okay.
can someone grab in there and grab the bag of black stuff?
That makes me scared.
So quick and special thank you to Els and Roland,
Oh, Roland.
who are indeed from the Netherlands. Stacey, you've grabbed a big bag of black stuff. Can you describe what's in the big bag of black stuff?
It is a bag of licorice dicks. And
Oh.
Holland, a very well known. God, they are detailed.
Are they veiny?
Is the
They are. They literally. Oh my God, girls! I'm going to pan this around, but
I
this,
have seen some veiny dicks like this before.
Okay, so
Like they're lollies.
Holland is known for their licorice,
And
and
their
it's
veiny
it's like a
dicks.
bit saltier than ours.
Is it really?
Yes, really nice though.
Thanks. Licorice actually makes my eyes swell, so I'm going to pass it on.
Yeah, not a
Yeah, that's the
problem.
licorice doing that. They sent us a whole bunch of other lovely things, and it was such a kind thing. What else did they send us in there? Underpants and
Oh my God, yes.
Cheese dice and
special types of food from around the world. And I must admit, if you're going to send us food from around the world, I'm in. You can do that at our P.O. Box. It's
Or
P.O.
undies.
Box.
Also in brand
Yeah.
new, preferably
This is
not
like a
used.
survival kit. Licorice dicks and undies.
Preferably.
What more could you want?
Please send licorice dicks and undies to
Oh my
or
God,
anything
I
else.
remember these.
You
I
remember
Papa
these
bringing
strip
home.
waffles?
Girls, I need to do
Sorry.
the part where it's like, please send licorice dicks, stroop waffles, because they came as well, to, or anything like that, anything from your country, to P.O. Box 285, postcode 2285, Cardiff, New South Wales, and we'll check it out. But girls, let's play the game. Freya or Belloc, you find yourself falling at incredible speed towards a stunning fortress, Inith Lenora, or the fortress Belloc, once called the Fortress of Alora. You'd know it as Inith Lenora, and you do see it differently. In fact, Freya, it surprises you can see the fortress at one stage because for you, in between blinks forced by the rushing air, it still looks like the city you've seen before. It's like both places exist on top of each other, something like that. Maybe it's a trick of the light because the sun is falling and dusk is drawing near to an end. You have quite a distance to fall, but it won't take long. From this height, I'll give you about 3 rounds before you hit the ground hard. And I don't even think even Belloc would be able to save you from this one. Unless you figure out what to do instead, keeping in mind you can see quite a lot from up here if you wanted to take a look around in those 3 rounds.
Okay, so it's going to take me 3 rounds to fall.
Yes.
I'm going to feather fall. Will that slow it up a little bit so I can look around?
It will, and feather fall lasts for about a minute.
So is that 3 rounds? Oh, 10 seconds.
It'll give you a lot more time up here. Yeah,
Great.
You'll be fine.
All right, I'll do that, and I've just cast my last spell.
Cool.
That was lucky.
Wow.
And I'm gonna roll perception.
Oh, okay.
No?
Yep. Yeah, you can do that.
Just intimidation. Just intimidate the world to show you what you want to see.
1.
Your eyes are watering so much at this speed that it's very, very blurry. You really don't see anything at all.
That's really
beneath you.
bad.
That is terrible. It's a terrible roll.
Next to it is 19. Would be heaps better.
It would have been. It would have told you a lot, but it didn't.
Oh well, I can do it again next time, can't I?
Yeah, you have to wipe your eyes clear or something like that. But instead of the 3 rounds now, you'll fall at a much slower rate, but you'll have more time to look around, I guess.
Right.
But for the split second before, you were falling pretty quickly, so your eyes were all watery. Ladies, back to the balloon.
So we're in a balloon with wifey and kids on our way back to her ex.
Yeah. To retrieve the gauntlet that you need to control an army.
Led by an envelope that's moving us.
Yes, the return to sender envelope is dragging the balloon quickly through the air. And you are still downstairs. So we're going to start with Kaa'Riin. Kaa'Riin,
Yes.
you look around and you can't see Freya anymore. I mean, maybe she just ducked back beneath the deck, but Laron is staring past you. Before you look around, you can see Laron's eyes are wide. You know the thing where someone looks over your shoulder and you can't help but turn around and look at what they're looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did that to you, except her eyes are like, she's shocked by what she just saw.
I turn and look at what she's looking at.
And there's nothing there.
Fuck. What did you just see?
And she's stammering because she can't.
Spit it out, LaRon, for God's sake.
Your friend just walked to the edge and just leaned over and kept going.
Oh, Jesus Christ, not again.
What do you mean, not again?
Oh, she just does this shit. She's always disappearing. Oh, Morrigan!
I put down the crayons that I was. We were drawing pictures.
You were indeed.
For their dad when they get back.
Oh.
Yeah, and they were kind of gruesome though, because the kids are.
Yes.
They're a little wild.
It was them slaying a dragon.
There was a dragon that was clearly not slain.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, Cory.
They're kids. And I sigh. We can't have 1 minute without chaos happening. And I walk up the stairs. I'm like, you bellowed?
I bellowed.
What's happened now?
LeBron.
Another dragon?
No. Fucking Freya's done again. LeBron just said she's jumped over the edge.
That would have been my second guess.
Yeah. Yeah. LeBron, why did she jump over the edge? Was she following something? What was she doing?
I would not know. She just didn't even look at us. She just looked down as though she'd seen something and just launched.
She didn't say anything?
She did that thing like divers do where she sits backwards on the edge of and just fell backwards over the
Oh,
edge.
so she did it with flair.
She did, of course. Yes.
Okay. That's got some alarm bells going.
Except she held a nose. She blocked her nose as she went. But yes, she is gone and the ship is moving reasonably quickly over whatever it is that she saw.
Are we still in range for thought, thinking, talking?
We can try.
You can try.
I'm going to try
good
and psychic to her. Freya. Freya.
Hello. Hello.
What are you doing, sweetie?
I'm so sorry to say this, but
She already answered.
Belloc doesn't respond.
Yeah, okay. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
She's possessed.
She's possessed as fuck. Oh, you know what? I saw signs.
This is the last goddamn straw. She's possessed.
There were clues.
There were clues the whole way. We started that little notebook. We're taking notes.
I started like tearing the notes out and like putting them on a board with strings.
Yeah, it's like red strings.
And then in the middle, I've got a marker from somewhere and I've written possessed and circled it. and pointed at it with both hands and yeah.
LaRon walks over and looks at it and goes, there were at least 5 times you could have figured this out faster.
Yeah.
Look at the strings.
We were distracted by other things.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like a big dragon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not confident that this is like a friendly ghost situation.
Oh, no. Not with that kind of flare jumping off the ledge.
And again, the only other person that we know who can point at people and kill them with a single word is evil Morrigan. So that says evil to me.
Evil as hell. All right. So I guess we just let it go.
Well, look, I mean, part of your plan was to get back to the cruise yacht and get the gauntlet. I mean, you could do that.
We know where she's going.
Yeah, do we know? We saw.
You haven't looked over the edge to see where she jumped to.
All right.
Oh, I thought she'd seen.
Just
What's
saw.
before.
I didn't even see her leave. I mean, LaRon could be lying.
I kept calling her LeBron, by the way.
I know you've been calling her LeBron, and I was like,
I go to do
Why
that.
didn't anyone correct me on that?
I can't explain why I just decided to let it happen.
Because you love LeBron.
I don't mind LeBron. He's a very good player.
Then why do you have a tattoo of him on your shoulder?
That is so weird a thing for you to say and for me to have.
Okay, well, I'd like to look over the edge and try and figure out roughly where we are so that we can decide whether we're going to abandon ship or whether we'll come back.
You see the beautiful city of Indy Flanora. It always looks amazing to you, and it is now directly beneath you, but you're moving quick enough that you haven't got long to make a decision.
We'll come back. If we get the gauntlet, we get the army, we're in a better position to actually do something.
Yeah, but she's probably safe. She can kill it first. Point.
I'll point out one thing. You won't be able to get back quickly. The letter makes this balloon move faster than you do normally. So a return trip will be days.
But aren't we going back to a wizard that has this kind of power? Can he not send...
He's already prepared it. I don't know whether we'll be able to do it again quickly.
Send a letter to Indy Lenora?
Could take time to do those things.
Portals are a thing? Oh!
There's a portal in Lenora.
Well, we have a portal in... We have a chest that can take us to Staka and the rest of our army. And then I think it can also take us to the other chest, which is with busty cat lady with a British accent.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Aneko.
Captain Aneko.
Aneko.
Captain Aneko, yes.
And she was on her way to Dutch and the whole like clockwork army thingy.
Holly, you are good at this.
I'm just trying to figure out if any of those places are closer to Inyeth Lenora. Do you get a map?
Than where you are right now? No. You are directly above it right now.
Then Cruzian's Island.
Why
isn't this map labelled?
The only portal you'd know of that was nearby so far would be close to where you are. That is, would be Gressop's Market. That was about half a day's travel from Cruzian's.
Okay.
Although that may have been with the wind, so you'd be leaving Freya / Belloc behind for a whole half day.
Well, that's better than days. And we do need to go get that gauntlet.
And there's no way that we can go into bloody Inyeth Lenora because we saw armies walking into there, didn't we?
Yeah.
On our way across the first time.
Yep.
Evil Morrigan's there, at least.
You've got Lute, you've got the Mole Man, you've even got LaRon.
We're not taking kids into a war.
It's LeBron, yeah.
We're not taking kids into a mother and children and poor Mole Man into a war.
But it might do. Okay, maybe you and I should split Morrigan.
One of us go after Freya and the other one go with the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Oh, actually.
What? How much bad can she possibly do anyway? Like,
Oh, sorry, I'm laughing at the inappropriate times.
Actually, not half bad and thinking. Okay, so we have the 9 Lives Guild connected to God damn it.
Staka.
Staka has the 9 Lives Guild and that bossy lady that's in charge of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So what if we do send Lute and the family onto the wizard?
Yep.
Lute jumps with the gauntlet, jumps into the crate that we have and takes the gauntlet to bossy lady.
Yes.
And then she can use Staka's shell to get the gauntlet and her army to go take the other army and meet us at Inyeth Lenora.
I love it.
Okay.
I see no flaws in that plan.
Oh, none of it was what I predicted.
What do you predict?
I'm not going to say what I predicted.
Tell me what you predicted.
I'm just going to write down, you'll need a solution to this. Okay, that's great.
Or just frantically rewriting.
I am looking for a pen. Just writing. Okay.
Here you go,
Don't forget all this stuff just happened. Okay. I've just got down that Lute gets the gauntlet, jumps back into the chest, comes out in Stucker, gets the army and says, quick, we're going to... And this is the important part of the question. Where do you want him to go?
I wanted him to go get them to take their army and go help Darkon with his mission to get the other army.
Well, things happen when you aren't around. Darkon was going towards them. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
The audience does know from the previous episode what's been going on.
They are going to... I'm going to spit out a random name.
Oh, hey, no. They're going to go back through Starker's shell onto the ship because old lady was looking for Darkon and I trust her to find him.
Right, you want the army to appear on the ship.
I don't want that.
Now, they're not massive, but it's not a huge ship. You can get some of them.
We don't need all of them to go through because it's constantly linked, isn't it?
All right, no, I'm with it. Back to the Golden Spear.
Golden Spear.
Golden Spear.
Golden Spear. That's a good idea.
I love this. I just love how many things could happen. That's when there's so many different things that can happen.
Well, I don't remember any of these. I was like, I don't know, we jump off the balloon. You're like, wait, I've been connecting for 3 years now.
I told you before, things connect right back to the first episode. Doesn't mean they actually make sense. No, they do connect, but they may not happen.
Okay.
But now what are you going to do?
So we are going to go grab some more of those flatty backpacks.
Yes, the backpacks.
Yeah,
We're still
good idea.
wearing them, I think.
Didn't they only have like one flight or something? Or is it you can only use them intermittently?
Yeah, they don't work for a long. They're meant to save you quickly.
Short periods of time. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so basically once per short rest. They need a rest as well to recharge. Bit of sunlight.
Oh, that's solar.
Solar
So
powered, but
I
it is
like
dusk,
that.
so you
Have
hope just
they
get one charge.
rested since?
You didn't. Yeah, I'll say they're charged. You flew over towards the
And that was a while ago.
the dragon and the ice tower. So yeah, they're charged. They've got
Okay.
one jump in them.
Are there extras that we could just take another one with us?
And just
Are they
have two.
little?
They take up space. They're like a backpack. You can't attach one backpack. You one
I
backpack
could
on the
tie
front
one to
and
my
one on the back.
Yeah, I could tie one to my front like a fanny pack.
You can do that if you will.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Do you want to take an extra one with us?
Yes.
You're doing front and back.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
When is flight not going to be handy? And also, we don't know if Freya has one.
Well, let's jump back to Freya and find out what's happening with her because she's still falling in that whole time you had a conversation.
Hello.
Freya,
We did a lot of
what
planning.
else would you like to do?
Roll perception.
You're just going to keep looking around. All right. What you got?
18, heaps better.
Ooh, much better.
All right.
As your eyes clear, you'll notice that it's changing from what it did look like a second ago. It was in Lenora, but you didn't get to see what was happening there. Now it's starting to look like the fortress again that Belloc sees, but not a dark grey monolith of rock. It's powerful, but there are kind of elements of civility. It's pretty powerful. Within the walls, you see like open marketplaces. You see people dancing happily in the street, and you see armies. The 4 of them. There's 4 armies now. They're in position around what you remember the ballroom to be. That when you were last here, Belloc can see it. You're floating towards a ballroom. And you know it's the ballroom because it has this huge glass dome over the top of it that lets people from inside look towards the night sky when they're having a dance.
Oh.
It's a place where Belloc once danced.
Oh, so there might be something there.
Someone.
To kill. To stab.
You seem to be on that side of things much more than I would have thought. I'm going to kill something. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
well, I
saying?
just want this thing to get out of me.
Yeah, I guess so. Fair enough. What would you like to do?
I
Still falling comfortably?
want to change into something that is going to disguise me when I land. Should it be someone who is in the ballroom or going to?
You're too far away really at this stage. Like you're looking at them from like an aerial photograph sort of thing looking down.
Or like an
you could land
army.
and do that, of course. And you've got 4 armies to choose from.
Well, I might turn into an army person. I just don't know
give me
which
another,
one.
Well, give me another perception check and we'll see which army you can see well.
10.
There are 4 armies, but
Yeah.
a 10's not going to let you see all of them in detail. You can see strong men and women in heavy armor wrapped with like thickly knitted wool coats. And they have like a helmet, which is, you can see like even from where you are, you can see they have an oversized feather on. Some of them have none, some of them have 1 on one side, some of them have 2. They look pretty cool. And the other group I'll let you see, you'd know these ones. You've seen them before. The Lenora Guard, the guards people of Indy Lenora, and they're all standing in formation. They're barely moving. You've seen them before when you stole the Sword of Deception. They're well armored, mostly elves, although there are quite a few other races that are represented, so you can pick from that if you wanted to. And despite their different shapes and sizes, they all look like They've been reasonably well trained. Like they all seem to be standing still as if they're waiting for something.
They look stronger. I want to go with one of them.
Yeah, and you've seen them closer up.
And I want to be an elf too.
And you want to be an elf?
I want to be an elf. That'd be fun.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
As you're floating through the air, hovering, you also change into a member of the Lenora Guard.
Lenora Guard.
Not far away from the ground now, though.
So I can talk to Bellot, right?
Yeah? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm going to ask him, like, what the plan is.
Bella almost doesn't want to answer you, but just says, there are 2 people here who need to die. I don't care how we kill them. I do wish...
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Of course, I wish I had my knife. But there are plenty others. I don't mind if we use your sword. I don't mind if I point and kill. But they must die.
Now, just to clarify, you are going to release me after this?
They deserve to die.
You don't want to know who the 2 people are?
Yeah, I'm just worried about me, myself, and I for one moment. Are you going to release me? You promised.
Roll an insight check.
Fucking hell. Today's not the day. 7.
Fucking hell means you can't pick up on Belloc's response. Belloc says, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, but I know what that means. You don't.
But you don't.
Okay. All right. And my last question is, who are the 2 people? Obviously, the lady that cheated on you.
Yes.
And
who she cheated with. I'm not exactly certain who that is yet.
do I have to kill them? Could it be an accidental death?
Can they step into an elevator shaft?
Yes.
Belloc is almost quizzical about why you'd want it to be accidental. Belloc's like, it just needs to be death.
Okay.
They deserve death for taking what was
I just don't want to
mine.
be like, I just don't want to kill 2 people and then everyone see and then.
Luckily, it's not up to you. And then the conversation ends.
Ugh.
Back to the ladies.
I'm going to take a second to just explain to LeBron that we are going to leave her, but I give it the envelope. I'm like, just hold on to this. It'll take you back to Crujian. You guys can figure things out. We're leaving loot with you, and this is Mole Man's balloon, so we're leaving him here. Thank you so much, Mole Man. We hope that you have many great adventures and that you have a great life. Should we... I don't expect to see you again. I expect to die.
He's like, this was not what I expected to happen. I thought we were just going to go to a nice little resort and sit around a pool.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to my office. I'm going to shut the door. I'm just going to sit there and I'm never going to do this again. But it was lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for letting us hijack your holiday. Hopefully you have a better one next time.
I'm never going anywhere ever again.
Look, I get that. I'm homebody. Telepathically.
Mm-hmm. Telepathetically to Kaa'Riin.
What should we do about the chest? Like, should we get that off the balloon? Like, get loot to take it off the balloon and leave it with Crujian? Is that safer?
That's a way better idea. We can't just leave it on the balloon. It's going to have to go with Crujian.
Okay. So we'll leave that with Crujian. Cool.
My name is Lily, and I've had hidradenitis suppurativa, HS, for years. I finally found some relief since taking Cosentyx. Relief means I can show up more.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe hidradenitis suppurativa, HS. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
LeBron, out loud, obviously. I'm just staring at her, thinking in my head, LeBron.
It's LeBron, but that's fine.
LeBron, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Once you guys return, your husband owes this lovely boy, and I pull loot out from behind me, this lovely boy, something, and he's just going to go through that chest. If you could just put that chest somewhere safe, keep it keep it shut, that would be fantastic. Have a great life.
Yeah.
Stay alive.
How do you leave?
I do a backflip off the
Of course you do.
balloon.
I'm going to do more a dive swan.
Oh, like a
A dive swan.
Swan dive.
Uh-huh.
In this world, they call it a dive swan.
Yeah, they call it a dive swan. They name things, the adjective goes after the noun. I am making you stick to that for the rest of this episode.
Fine.
Fine.
Because I
can
get
do
things
it.
wrong all the time. So that's going to be really easy for me.
it'll feel natural.
Okay, you are falling now very quickly towards the city of Indy beneath you. It looks different, of course, for both of you, but there are similarities. And I would love for you guys to try and figure out where you're going to land. But suddenly you hear like screeches and sounds from the sky. And when you look back up, because I'm assuming you haven't pulled any of the ripcords or anything.
No.
I'm still dive swanning.
Yeah, you said the short flight, so I'm like, we'll save that for when we're close to the ground. So
Yeah,
we
that
can
makes
land
sense.
well.
They don't last
Yeah.
long. They probably give you one round, so you've got to slow down at the right time. You see the bee lizards,
Ah.
and they are attacking. Roll initiative.
We didn't mean it.
Yeah, you've still got the blood on your hands.
14.
6. We're off to a good start, people.
Plus?
Don't
1.
forget to add it on.
15.
All right.
6 plus 1 is not 15. But 14 plus 1 is, sorry.
Max, you think I am?
Wow.
Frick!
But let's be honest, that's throwing some shade, isn't
You
it?
were trying to help
Holy
me with my
crap.
math, and I was like, I can do 6 plus 1.
That also had that little edge to it, like, I don't mean to tell you how to do things. But you're not doing this right.
Holy
sorry.
moly! Ah.
The bee lizards go first, and there are 6 of them, and they split up into 2 groups of 3 and head straight
Sorry,
towards...
how many groups? 2 groups of 3?
There are 2 groups of 3, and you hear LaRon from the top going, "That's 6!" She just shrugs and walks away.
Thank you, I was really struggling.
Numbers
According to
are hard.
Morrigan.
They are all 3 of them, are attacking
Each of
Kaa'Riin.
us.
Yep.
And only one of them will hit. And it does what they do. It bites down on one of your hands.
It's all right, I got plenty of hands to spare.
That's good. You would love to be Alan at the moment. It bites down on one of your hands, and it only does 4 points of damage. But you do notice that your hand is beginning to freeze over, and already it's feeling like it is difficult to move.
So I do that thing when your hands are cold, and I go, like into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With your hot breath.
I don't
And then I'm
know. I don't
fine.
know if that works when you're falling towards the ground really quickly. Like
You know, it
there's
does. I'm
already-
fine. I'm like rubbing my hands.
So no, it doesn't. But yeah, that's going to make that hand difficult to use.
Okay.
The other 3 attack Morrigan.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of those hit.
I'm about to be unconscious in the air. I jumped off a ship with 3 health.
Oh, shit.
I just should remind you that I did give you health potions. I know yours failed,
Mine
but there are
failed, yeah.
health potions that you have available to you. I can hear them jingling.
Oh, yeah.
There they are. They exist. Just got to remember to use them. Like all the other things that I give you guys. That you forget. It
What do you
hits
mean?
you twice. So 2 hits. That does do 8 points of damage.
Yeah. It means I don't have to look for ideas of what I'm going to do. So
No, because you're going to be splat. You've got 2 turns to solve this. The other problem is that they bite you 1 each on each hand, and those hands are now both frozen and difficult to use.
okay.
Holy shit, you guys are making this a difficult episode. You're trying to die constantly. Freya/Belloc, you have one more round basically before you land if you want to look around. What would you like to do? You're going to comfortably land right on top of that dome, I think, or to the side of it, not on the glass. You're not going to smash through, but you're going to land there.
Or did the cool slide down?
Like your bum sliding the whole way down, all the way down the glass like Homer.
So I'm closer to the dome?
Yes.
All right. Can I see through the dome?
You can, yeah. You can see in there.
Well, I'll do a perception check to see what's happening inside the dome.
Yep, don't even need to roll for this one because you're actually close enough to see a fair bit. What you can see from the outside is that there are carriages arriving, very well-dressed people getting out of those carriages. You notice that you can't see their faces because they're all wearing a mask.
Masquerade ball.
Which you are not. You look like a soldier. Just want to point that out. You can also see into the dome itself, and it's a huge gathering, more people inside who are also clearly well-dressed and wearing masks. You land safely to the side of this dome, so you can clearly look in and make some choices based on that, if you will.
Okay, so I can just change willy-nilly, hey?
Yeah.
All right. Do I want to be in the ball or do I want to be a soldier? No, I think I want to be in there. All right.
I love that Freya's basically not fighting at this stage.
No.
Could you just get it done?
Freya's like,
Well,
I get it.
I just want it out, and then I'll be like back to normal.
Sure.
So,
Oh, the Delulu.
can I see that person? Because I can't remember their name.
Well, I don't think we ever gave her a name. She's just the dancer.
Can we see the dancer?
Okay, roll perception on that one.
6. Yes, you can.
All right, let's see.
You see people dancing.
You land on this glass, just the side of this glass roof, a little bit like Batman.
Yeah.
It's very clear that the whole room has been set up for a very elaborate event anyway. There are hundreds of people here, so just being able to look down and instantly see the dancer would be very difficult. But there are people from all different races. They all do appear very wealthy. Difficult to identify because they all have those masks on. The dome glass that you're on, it kind of acts like a lens, and it captures the last rays of the sun and reflects them across this dance floor, this polished marble floor below, like Aurora Australis inside. Not Aurora Borealis, second rate, slightly better than the one we have. There's a full orchestra to the side that are performing, and you can hear like a classical music floating through. There's a grand piano central to whatever they're playing. There's an elaborate ice carving in the center of the dance floor, and there's people swirling around that rather gracefully, and some who are not that graceful. Anyone can dance, and they've got like shimmering gowns and tailored suits. On the stage to the side of the orchestra, there is an elven man, and he's beautifully dressed, but very, very clearly nervous. He looked panicked.
That's a lot for a 6.
Well, it's just the room, but no specifics.
Okay. Hey, Belloc, can you see the dancer?
Very smart. Very smart.
Belloc has
move.
just seen everything you've
Do you
seen.
need, or do you know where to go in there? How would you like to appear?
Belloc's been drawn, not surprisingly, to the group of dancers.
Yeah.
But there are other people in the room.
Do you want to be presented as someone that they would know, or be incognito?
That's Belloc at this stage doesn't even think that matters. As long as Belloc can find the dancer and whoever the dancer was with.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding the dancer, it's also wreaking havoc and revenge over more than one person. Belloc's pretty comfortable that they can take them out.
Radio. Well, I'm going to look around and I'm going to dress as another dancer.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check on the specific
Specifically
dancers?
on the dancers?
Yeah.
Give me another D20 and we'll see what you get.
19. That's better.
Oh, crap. Okay, even from this position, you can see that many of the dancers dancing around this ice sculpture move quite well. They're fluid and well-timed. Their movements are synchronized with the music coming from the orchestra. There's an old woman, a fact you can only really ascertain from her hair. She's got graying hair, although Freya vaguely remembers her. She's dancing with a much younger man, an elven man, who is masked, but not much else. No shirt, zero fat, flowing long white pants held to him by a golden rope. There's a Loxodon woman spinning quite gracefully around a Diamante handbag that she's thrown on the ground, which is pretty impressive because she's got knee-high boots on, and she's wearing a mask that appears to be mostly leopard skin pattern that screams recently divorced.
That is
and
nice.
she keeps yelling out, "This is my song! It's my song!" Now the sculpture, which only because you got a really good roll, the sculpture is of Morrigan, Queen Morrigan. And the pose is powerful and very deliberate. Her hand is like over the top of the dancers, and her mouth is like a gape, like she's casting a spell, very powerful. She's saying something. The dancers look at her from time to time, but they mostly appear to be averting their eyes from her. There are soldiers guarding the statue. Like they're around
It's an ice sculpture.
Yeah, an ice sculpture.
That's cool.
Ice statue, ice sculpture, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say that we're going after the old woman because I reckon that if this is a long-lasting vendetta.
Belloc doesn't recognise her. Freya does. Freya has a vague recollection of her.
Okay.
But only vague. But Belloc's like,
but I don't want to go in there
Belloc's
looking like Freya.
That's not her. Belloc hasn't seen the dancer yet.
Okay. I don't want to go in there looking.
You tell me what you'd like to do.
All right, I'm gonna.
Or you can do that cool thing where you cut a glass circle in the
Tom Cruise and then pluck it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can Tom Cruise this moment.
I could.
If you wish.
But surely that would be more distracting than just going in the front door.
But I said you got time to do whatever you please.
All right. Well, I'm gonna slide down and go through the front door dressed as a dancer.
Interesting. When you get to the front door, there are guards, and they quickly stop you from going in because you were dressed, like you're supposed to go in, but you don't have an invitation.
Fuck. I'm late. We're a very important day.
And there are a number of soldiers. The two behind them now block the entrance as well. There's 4 of them across the entrance to this ballroom.
I'm sorry I lost my invitation.
They're sorry too.
Okay. All right.
Flirt with either them.
There's a bunch of people in a line now. They're looking at you. They're all looking at you.
I'm going to use my sleight of hand and I'm going to go through I'm going to say, it's all right. I'm going to go and try and find it. And I'm going to quickly wisp up another invitation and then say, I found it.
Well, there are a line of people behind you and you have stolen things from people in a line before to get into a circus film, not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So give me a sleight of hand check. Don't tell me the number just yet. We're going to come back to it. Oh, that laughter tells me the number. Okay, tell me the number.
It's 20 plus 10.
Wow.
Get invitations for everyone.
My plan works.
Belloc only needs 1, though. So Belloc does grab 1.
Yeah.
Although it's going to seem awfully weird when you turn around and go, found that.
Yeah.
But that's what you do. And the soldiers move aside and let you in. You get about 5 steps in before you hear someone behind going, I swear I have the tickets. It just happens to be the exact same people from the circus. You always do this. But now you are inside the ballroom.
Yay.
Back to the girls.
I'm spinning in the air, drooling a little bit.
You are in trouble, but what we do have is time for Kaa'Riin's turn.
Yes. So Morrigan
one hand freezing.
Is falling, one hand's freezing. The blizzards are after me.
I'm going to point one thing out.
Sure.
Those backpacks have a ripcord you're supposed to pull.
Yes.
So they start working.
No, I understand the basic concept of parachuting.
But they could have been a button or something like that. It's like you're going to need to use your hands to open
I just
those.
thought it was will. What you're saying is if she gets another hand bitten, she won't be able to pull the ripcord.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I've still got one good hand. So I'm going to grab my rope and rope it. I'm going to lasso it.
Oh, you'll rope from your other backpack. She's got 3 backpacks. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm just a donkey at this point. I shapeshift into a donkey. Pulling from the
I
sky.
love the idea of it, yeah.
It's the only way I can carry the backpacks. Don't judge me. Yep, so I'm going to lasso it around Morrigan. I know that's going to be a roll for dexterity, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's going to be. I've never seen anybody try this in the air while flying. I'm not sure if let's just say she's fairly close to you to make this not impossible.
Okay.
If she was below you, I can't see how it would work, but she's near you. It's a disadvantage.
What?
It's really hard to do.
I've still got one good hand. All right. Okay.
I'm going to
No,
roll.
let's get some rope and test
You know we've
this.
never done this before. First of all, let's just go and jump off the roof and see if you can lasso someone on the way down. First thing is I don't know which hand was bitten. I didn't specify that. And
It's
I
my
also
left one.
don't-
I'm right-handed. It's okay.
I was about to ask which hand you are. You're right-handed. I'm going to roll. I've got a plus or minus dice.
Ooh.
All right. If it's a plus, they bit you on the left hand and your hand is free. If it's a minus, they bit you on the other hand. All right. And this is a disadvantage. It's a plus. They bit you on your left hand.
So do I roll at normal?
You can roll normally.
Thank
Yay! Advantage?
No.
you. Sorry, babes.
What
it
did
was
you-
a 7 plus... I think my dexterity is only 1. Yeah, plus 1.
The rope whacks Morrigan in the face
I've now been
as she
slapped.
flails about.
Insult to injury.
You are now one spot away from splatting into Iniflanora, the beautiful Iniflanora. I'm sure all the other people in the city will see a lovely splatter.
Was that my action and turn done?
No, that is your action, yeah. You still have movement, but that is plummeting. But you could do that cool thing that people do in the movies where they suddenly aim themselves at other people.
Oh, I mean, I just don't think that should work.
Well, in the movies where they're parachuting and they just
Yeah, and then they aim.
they turn
I've
themselves
seen
into a bullet.
skydivers. It does work, yeah.
That's how they move.
All right, I'm aiming towards Morrigan like this.
Not visual, babes.
I don't care. You guys.
You know what we're
You
saying.
guys are the most important
tuck and
people.
I'll
shoot.
describe it. She's tucked her knees up like when you're doing a bomb into the water.
Yeah.
No, obviously she's doing the thing where she's trying to aim like a bullet and see if she can run into... I'm going to give you a chance to do a strength check to see if you can grab her as you hit her.
So 13 plus 3.
You do bolt into her and latch onto her really quickly and think to yourself, maybe I should have just done this to start with. But you are now both connected to each other as you fall.
To be fair, I was slipped a note by Morrigan when I got back from the bathroom that told me exactly what I had to do. And I figured that was the only plan.
Yeah. Morrigan's off game today.
No notes in class.
It is Morrigan's turn first, and Morrigan needs to do a death save.
Death save. Okay.
You've rolled more death saves than almost anything else you've rolled in this game.
I think I've even rolled a death save.
No, it's just always Morrigan trying to die.
That's why I said goodbye to LeBron, because I was like, I'm not going to see you again. Definitely dying.
Laron's like, man, that's felt more formal than most.
14.
Oh, a success. Well done. But you can't do anything else. We're back to the bee lizards, who 3 of them are already here. So the other ones were back where they were. They're going to turn and make their way towards you. But the other 3 are right on you, and they are now attacking Kaa'Riin.
Unsuccessfully.
Look, I'll check.
Very successfully, but looks that.
I've got a 14, a 14. That's their total roll, by the way. A 14, a 14, and a 6. What's your armor class again?
My armor class is a 12.
That's quite low.
We have low armor classes.
That's 2 hits.
Yeah.
They're going to grab that other hand.
Yeah.
Freeze you.
I bet they are.
All right,
And
so
I'm going to lose some hit points, and then I'm going to die in the sky. Then we're all
you're
fucked.
all going
I think
to
we'll
die.
die when we
Die
hit
in
the
the sky.
ground.
Yeah.
I've got my magic plus and minus dice to see whether they bite right or left hand. They may bite the hand that's already been there, but there's 2 hits. One is on the left hand, and the other one is on the left hand. Which hand did we bite before?
Left hand.
Oh, god damn it. Now,
They're
hang
just
on, I've
like
rolled.
eating
I'm
a-
sorry, I got that wrong. It was the plus that was for left, it was the minus for the right. They both bite the right hand.
Okay. Well, I think I do. I'm just holding on to my girl with frozen hands.
They do 11 points of damage. Like that's going to matter as the ground comes towards you rather quickly.
Can you use your teeth to pull my ripcord?
Don't see why not.
But we'll find out when we come back to you in a moment. You've got plenty of time. 6 seconds to figure out how to survive.
You say 11 damage?
Yes, you
Got
took
it.
11. Are you still up? That's important too. You could
I've
both be
got one
unconscious.
hit point left.
No way.
We're fucked. We should have just stayed on the ship and abandoned
You were in
Freya.
such bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fought a dragon.
You had potions.
Oh, I still got potions.
Can't drink them now
Why? I've got 1 hit point.
because you can't. How are you going to get it to your face? Is this going to be like when Morrigan eats popcorn?
Straight from the titties.
Lucky I stored my potion between my breasts.
Yes. Well, where do
as
you store your
people do.
potions?
Well,
They need to
clearly
be
not.
kept at perfect body temperature.
Can we not talk about my breasts?
Sorry, I know
My
they're
burgeoning
sensitive.
breasts. I mean, thank you. It's a difficult stage in a young man's life.
We'll get you a
Older
training
man's
bra.
life. Yeah, thanks. Wow, that sounds horrible. Back to Freya. Freya,
Yeah.
you've walked into the ballroom. That's all I'm telling you. It's
I've
up to
just
you.
walked straight into the ballroom.
Yep. You've got the dancers to the side of you. You've got the orchestra over there. You've got the man on stage who just seems to be walking backwards and forwards between the podium. You've got some shady-looking characters walking around the outside. But other than that, this whole room is... And you've got this big statue in the middle. Nice statue with soldiers guarding it.
Do I also need to kill this person with that dagger?
You don't have the dagger.
No, but do I need to make sure?
No,
that
you don't. Strangely, Belloc lost her dagger.
Okay.
Oh shit, do I have her dagger?
You don't. You're not here. You're not even.
You're not here.
You're not even here. You're not even awake, and
You
your
can't
hands
sit
are
with us.
frozen. You do have a dagger, a tattoo of a dagger on your leg.
Yeah, that has a grudge against a sworn enemy, and that just...
You remember you rolled randomly for that dagger.
I did.
There were 3 daggers claimed by Stucker as he searched the universe for signs of the lost child. He believed, without much semblance of evidence, that he could sift through the universe's paraphernalia, with each piece perused pushing him one step closer to something, anything, that would provide a beacon to the puzzle that held his attention with an unbreakable grip. It made no sense that a life so unique did not stand apart from all the other pieces that link the universe together. When Morrigan searched within his shell, even Stucker considered what she may find. He wondered whether he should perhaps guide an item to her hand, something that may help the trio on their journey. But he waited instead, interested in another hand, that of fate. There were indeed 3 daggers of note. 2 had once belonged to gods, and 1 was a god. Belloc, you don't have your
But
dagger.
do they need to be killed with that?
No.
Bare hands, babe.
Belloc's fine with death. And
okay.
there are, like when you look around the room, speaking of knives, there are many knives on the dinner tables around the edge of the dance floor.
All right. So,
And still has all of Belloc's spells available.
thank you. You could have reminded me about that earlier.
Well, I thought you'd know your own things. But yes, and you have to choose. You get 1 per day. You can always choose between Meteor Swarm, Fly, and of course Power Word Kill, Belloc and Freya's favourite.
Obviously, it'll have to be Power Word Kill.
Take out the entire room with a Meteor Swarm. I don't care who I get, as long as I get one of them. You know?
I'd like to be a little bit inconspicuous. And I don't think the Meteor Swarm is
but
going
it
to
would
do
look
that.
awesome coming through the glass dome like that.
It would look great, but I'm also here.
Yes. It will probably also kill you. Well, maybe. Actually, you're not in great shape either. You are still Freya.
I am. Okay, well, I need to figure out who this person is first.
You do.
So I'm going to use Insight, paired with Belloc's Insight,
On this room, has been here before, yes.
to find where this dancer would be. Should I ask? I just don't want to ask because then I don't want to draw attention.
Well, at this stage, all you've got is where is a dancer.
Yeah.
So
Would there be like a backstage where they're still getting
Belloc
ready?
knows what she looks like, long dark hair, sleek, dancer sort of style.
Okay. Hey, Belloc, should we wander around until we find her? Yes, that sounds great.
You can wander around, but what would you like to look at as you're doing so? Because I'll give you a description of each thing you look at if you want.
Yeah, well, I would like to find, I have a guess that they've got like some kind of dressing room out the back. So she might be prepping for her next show.
There are little side staircases that sort of move out to other places. The only way out of this room that isn't towards like a kitchen or something, right? Because this is a room that can be transformed into a dining room rather quickly. Belloc remembers that. There's a stage and there's like an entrance for the stage that would go behind the stage. And there are, of course, toilets to the side. In fact, you hear the nervous elf sort of on stage going, and just a reminder, bit of housekeeping, because you know how I love doing that when you go to a conference or something like that. And they're like, some housekeeping.
The toilets are
here, and here. But in this room, there are only there's just one toilet. And even though it's in Flanor and everyone can make it believe what it always is, toilets are still unfathomably difficult to get into for women. But men just have no line or anything like that. Yep. They just.
The women's have one toilet with like one single cubicle.
Side note, I went to a band on Saturday night. It was on a basketball court in Sydney. And they had 6 portaloos.
How many people?
I'm going to say about 5,000.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Were they overflowing? I've been to a festival, not a
They
festival.
weren't, which was good,
Yeah.
but that was still gross. And the lineup was massive. I was like,
What
oh
were they thinking?
Yeah, it's all of it's wrong.
It was all bad, hey.
That's all
The
bad.
strangest.
bad.
Whenever you think, will we ever solve this whole, climate change dilemma and all this sort of stuff? Just remember, we can't even figure out toilets at a band, in a performance.
How bad?
We have
I
always
could not
sucked at
believe
that.
that. I was like, that's ridiculous.
The one thing you want to have people say is there were too many toilets at that event.
Yeah.
There were too
Yeah.
many.
So-
I went to each of them. There are heaps of toilets at this event.
Anyway, yeah, all right. So I'm going to go to
Quality
the
event.
change room. And no one will suspect me.
The change room that is behind the stage.
Yeah, that's okay. No one's going to suspect me because I'm dressed as a dancer. So I need to powder my nose.
Okay. She was right. No one suspected that the elven woman walking across the open floor was Freya, or Belloc, or even Honey. Certainly no more than a guest. In fact, they weren't even looking for her, or Kaa'Riin, or even Morrigan. At least, not this one. They were here for a queen. They didn't even hide. Their hoods were for their guard, not for obscuration. Their robes, a striking purple, certainly didn't imply that these men and women who circled the ballroom were in any way concerned with secrecy. But the tentacles of conspiracy reach far beyond the rooms where their machinations play out. They twist and turn beneath our view, deftly tapping on the shoulders of the disenfranchised. Words are whispered, alliances are ignored, and those once forgotten breathe life into old tales. As the armies prepared to leave, the Queen no longer served a purpose. And without a purpose, What place remained for her in cosmic schemes? Okay, we're jumping back to the girls to see if they make it.
Okay.
Girls, do you make it?
Yes.
Kaa'Riin, it's your turn with 1 hit point. Holy crap, I didn't know how close you guys were to dying.
That's okay. That's okay.
It seems like something I should do in my job.
I'm going to revert to an oldie but a goodie.
Okay.
That's my good berries.
Good berries?
My good berries.
Is that a bonus action?
Because if it's not, that's your last action.
And she doesn't have to like materialize them in her hand. She can just materialize them in her mouth, can't she?
Probably, yes. Even if she sticks her hand over your mouth, she can make them appear in your face.
Okay.
Here, berries, blanc.
Oh, you're right. It's just an action.
Oh.
So if you do that,
Hold
you will
on.
heal yourself for a second before dying.
But my healing word is a bonus action.
Ah, she doesn't need hands for that.
She does not.
No. So, I've got 1 hit point left, so I'm okay. I'm going to bring her back. Why?
Because we're still being attacked by blizzards.
I'm sorry. You're unconscious.
Okay.
This is one of the first times ever going to make this happen. You are unconscious and you are just going to have to wear what she comes up with.
Okay, fine.
But it's a bonus action,
Yes.
so I can do both.
This is your last turn before you hit the ground, though. You haven't activated any of the dragon wing backpack
She can
thingies
still
in
do
your
that.
Right,
as an action.
right. Okay, so we're ripcording.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. How are you going to pull that ripcord?
Right. So I've been doing a lot of Pilates lately.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Good going.
It's my new thing. I don't like, you know what I realized? I don't like community gyms because I don't like the community part.
Yeah.
Pilates, they just leave you alone. No one high fives
is
you for a
true.
personal best.
Yeah, that does
Okay,
suck.
that's good to know.
Okay, and what I know is that I'm going to get my knees up, right?
Okay.
So I'm holding Morrigan, but she's to my side like a little baby.
Clutched her like a baby.
Like a baby.
Okay.
All right, my knees going up, clamping, ripping down. Boom, up. You got it. You can see it.
I can imagine it. I'm not convinced it's going to work.
It's going to work because my core is strong these days.
Oh, so you're going to make it this. I was going to make it dexterity, but you think it's a strength.
This is a strength check. This isn't dexterity. How easy is it to do this? Look at this. Look how easy this is.
Does she just not know we do a non-visual podcast?
Yeah, but this is for you, Cory, because you're doubting it.
I'm very much doubting it.
I didn't tell you. It's not a problem. That's the Pilates.
If you fail this dexterity check,
impressive.
I just need you to know, if you fail this, sorry, it was a strength check. I was going to make a dexterity, but you want it to be a strength check, and you have justified that with your leg movements.
I've done a lot. I'll do it later for the people if you need to put that on Instagram.
You want to put that on Instagram as you doing some leg movements.
Yes, I'm using my core.
Okay, you've got to beat 15.
Why?
Because it's hard. What you're doing is difficult. You've got
It's not. I just showed you the movements.
add your strength modifier.
Oh, whatever. Well, it doesn't matter because it's a 20, isn't it? So I ripped that cord. We're okay. And then I'm going to use my healing phrase. And this time it's just going to be me shaking Morrigan saying, "Don't you give up on me." Don't you give up on me.
Still land heavily because there's 2 of you.
That's fine.
And
Not dead.
and you probably wouldn't have landed as heavily if you haven't brought 4 backpacks.
But doesn't Morrigan get to roll her? Or do I roll it for her?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, you're right. It doesn't matter.
You roll. It
Yeah,
does.
you're right. It
It
matters.
does matter. It matters. Look, you're not going to get less than a 1. The good news is she's going to have a hit point. She's probably going to lose that as soon as she hits the ground.
It's a 3.
Excellent.
Plus, if it's at 1d4 plus 2, that means you get 5 back.
Which is great because you're about to take 4 damage.
Oh, lucky.
Lucky.
How much did you just get?
5.
4 damage is 1d6 per 10 feet. And I'm going to say you activated this at 10 feet. I'm going to roll 1 dice. You are both going to take this damage, though, so Kaa'Riin's in trouble. But you might both be. So I'll roll 1 for each of you.
Can I Misty Step them?
You can't even see
You're
them.
not there. You're not there, but thank you for wanting to.
Elok doesn't care.
Abandoned us.
Elok does not
She
care.
didn't. Belloc did. She's a real piece of work.
That's true. Kaa'Riin,
Yes.
you take 2 hit points of damage.
All right.
You're
okay.
You're down. And
We're at 0.
Morrigan, if I roll a 6, you're both out cold. So here it is right in front of you.
2.
Fuck it, look like a 6 from here.
Why would you want that for her?
I like interesting things happening in our story.
This is interesting.
2 unconscious women.
Oh my
I'm
god.
pointing vigorously at Indy right now because that is such a good bloody
So
point.
disturbing.
Is that what you find interesting, Cory? Is it? Hashtag me too.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Well, you are still unconscious, no matter how you're trying to paint it. But remarkably, Morrigan is not in this situation, and
Disappointed, are ya?
Morrigan, you land next to your unconscious friend.
Sorry about that.
So it's just like a regular Friday night.
Well, bloody played. Thanks, Indy. Moo. Thank you.
Morrigan, you've landed. I was going to say correctly. No, you've landed in a bit of a thump, but you are alive. You see the bee lizards don't come down any closer because you've landed in an area full of people, and the bee lizards are inherently fearful. So they're floating back away and refusing to attack you any further.
Okay, that removes my dilemma. Thank you.
They do see the armies that are around the other areas as they came down. They're like, we've got no chance of surviving in this. You, however, have landed out of sight of those 4 armies because they're in different courtyards around this big glass dome. And you are in what it seems to be like the kitchen area or the garbage area. There's like a couple of garbages around.
We landed in an alley.
Yeah. Now there's it's kind of like an alley. Yeah. You could easily walk to the other areas where the armies were. There's a rather solid looking door and space to both sides of the door, maybe about 4 meters apart. There are some windows quite low to the ground. And they provide light into what I guess best described as like basement. You know how you looked in some of the other places that have a window down low so you look down into the floor that's actually underneath. And there's one guy near the door and he's staring at you. He's clearly on his break. He's just come out and he's just seen you just thud to the ground. He does. I have written here. He is smoking a cigarette, which he just lets drop to the ground and he stomps it out and he just backs into the door, backs into the room and shuts the door and you hear it locking multiple times, like one of those big bits of wood just going slam down behind it to make sure that you can't get in.
Click,
yeah,
click,
it's like you just seen you just land hard.
We're alive.
Next to the door, near the bins and pinned to a fence, you see some wanted posters.
Yep.
Among others, because there are quite a few of them, but you see yourself very quickly on this one. It does say Morrigan for treason, Kaa'Riin for murder, and Freya for theft.
Checks out.
Yeah, that's all correct.
You can hear people coming towards you, and we're jumping back to Freya. Freya, you are heading towards the stage. Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm going to Misty Step in there so I'm not too
You got any spells left?
obvious. Yeah, I do.
Nope, you just told us you don't.
I used all my first levels. This is second level.
You sneaky son of a... You could just walk, though. I mean, Misty's stepping to the stage.
But isn't that like a little bit more like, zoom? You won't be seen?
It
Might
is,
be
but,
more
but
startling.
you're not looking like you.
Oh, true.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, okay.
Just throwing it out there. But of course, you can Misty Step if you want to go faster.
No, that's okay. I'll save it. Okay, I'm walking there.
I'm walking.
Shayla. You're calling out.
What?
I don't know.
You
I
just
thought that might
decided
be
her name is Shayla.
Shayla.
Well, I you know what? Bella could probably
I feel
remember
like
her
that is
name.
a name we have used, is it not? Oh, it's like Shashley or something like that.
It was Shashley.
That's
Shashley.
it.
We've had Shashley.
That's what it was.
So
Shashley.
Bella suddenly remembers her name and you've decided it's Shayla.
Shayla. Oh, sweet Shayla.
Now that you've made your decision, I've also made my decision, and the dance floor has suddenly become more congested. It's apparently the song that's playing is a local classic, and the path between you and the
It's Gold
stage.
Digger, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I know full well every time I've tried to leave a club and they put that song on, I turn right back around.
Just like that. When I'm in need.
You just see handbags.
Okay, you got me.
All these handbags come flying out.
She took my money.
Fine.
No, it is classical music. With one guy at the back of the orchestra throwing in, get my money every time. So, a very handsome and strangely shirtless elven man reaches out to you and bows. He offers you his hand for a dance.
What's the bod like?
It's good.
Say less.
Yeah.
Should we get some visuals up? Like, should we compare a couple of really good bodies?
You can imagine what you can imagine.
Oh, I'm imagining.
And then add a little bit.
Oh.
This guy shines where he shouldn't shine. He looks a little bit too good. So it's all perfectly oiled, and even though
It's glistening.
Yeah.
he permanently glistens.
No, I like the werewolf guy. What's his name?
Taylor, I got you,
Yeah.
Taylor. Team Taylor.
I'm seeing him.
Elves are normally hairless, but if you'd like a little bit of hair,
No, because when he's not a werewolf, he's
hairless.
pretty silky. He's like a dolphin.
all right, that makes no sense.
He's
It
beautiful.
does.
Okay. He is a very, even though elves don't need to, he is recently waxed.
Oh,
Body, head to toe. You don't know that, but you can imagine based on, he's wearing his pants are like a
now
white.
elves really like fair skin.
He is strangely well tanned. It's a fairy tint.
Taylor.
But you can tell it's a spray on, but still only
That's
barely.
okay. That's okay. It still shows everything that needs to be shown.
Yeah. Somehow, even though he's in the middle of this room, the lights seem to move with him, so the shadows always make him look even more buff.
Oh, I love it.
You could walk into a shadow and it would still be that little crevice between the chest where you go, I can see definition.
Oh, and the V.
And of course, the V and the 8-pack, because as you know, everyone in our world has a bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
But he does have the little V shape because his pants are so damn low he shouldn't be able to dance.
That is nice,
And yet he is offering to dance with you.
Of course, yes. What? This isn't even a question.
And yeah, so you start to give me a dexterity check to see how well you dance. I'm not checking for him. He dances.
He dance.
He dance.
He born to dance.
You know when they start that celebrity dancing show? What's it called?
Dancing the Stars?
That's it. He's like, you know how they bring out the talentless celebrity person who's like all feet like I am, and then they bring out somebody who's been dancing for 30 years who moves like a gazelle.
Yeah.
And that person carries the person for the entire session. He's going to carry you, okay?
Yeah, because it's a 2.
Oh no.
Plus, I think I've got pretty good dexterity.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
4.
Yeah, it really didn't. You are standing on feet the entire time, and he's very politely
That's all
trying
right,
to ignore
because
that.
guess what?
What's
if I
that?
have to stand on his feet, I'm closer to him.
Yeah.
I can
easy
feel
7
the
inches
body.
closer.
You do
That's
have
nice.
you have some of his oil, and you know what? I'm going to add some glitter. He had some little bit of glitter.
Yeah,
You
he
got oil and glitter on you.
Oh, like a bronzing oil.
Yes,
he didn't
that
have that.
one.
He had the
You're
bronzing
right.
oil.
He does.
Yeah.
It's on my tongue now too.
Sorry about that. It was a mistake. I just fell over with my
I
tongue.
accidentally licked you. I did not mean to do that.
All right. So your dexterity check was to fall forward awkwardly and lick him, and he has responded by lifting you back up and oh, it's so are you a member of the Varellis family?
Yeah.
I'm whoever you want me to be, baby.
Deception check. Deception.
Far out. Enough of the checks already.
Stop stuffing stuff up.
Third degree, Cory.
Oh, deception +9, baby. We've got
Yeah.
this. 14 +9.
Damn.
I
he's instantly
deceived
gets,
him.
of course, I knew. I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell.
That's right.
By the way you used your tongue when you fell on me. It's a family thing, isn't it? And he's
Yuck.
not between family members. Like
I feel like we need to do some cuts.
not a family thing as in between, but you know they're known for
Stop. Wrap it up.
awkwardly falling onto people's tongue out. All right. He's turning you towards different things around the room, and because of your awkward roll before, you nearly bump into the big statue, the ice statue, in the center of the room. So give me a perception check on that too.
18.
What happened? I like it when you roll the ones. I prefer that when you fall
didn't
into
think
people.
that was going to happen.
No, I was hoping you'd
Keep
fall over
checking.
again and lick that with your tongue. Just get stuck on the ice statue. Unfortunately, that's not happening in this situation. You're not going to fall tongue first. In fact, you're going to see it's clearly Morrigan in a moment of power. But you also notice that, and this is why when you fall or when you move. Sorry, in this one you can see there are guards standing around it, and that's because there's a necklace, a real necklace, not an ice necklace, a necklace around her neck, of course. She's just dangling a
Around
necklace.
her left titty. For no reason.
No reason. And it has 5 gems. Clearly has 5 gems there. And that's he spins you around the other way, and you can see a little gap open up to make a pathway towards that stage again if you'd like.
No.
You're going to stay with
Why
him.
would I want to leave him?
You can bring him with you.
Oh, yes. Come to the dark.
I've just got some murdering to do,
Yeah.
and then it's back to you and your bronze.
Yep, radio. Okay. Oh, well, then he'll be a witness.
Maybe. Give me another dexterity check to see if your next spin works.
Maybe he'll like that.
Yeah, he's like, maybe he's just one of those people who's like, no, you can do no wrong.
12.
12. This time you spin better, like you're starting to get the hang of it now.
Yeah.
And he smiles. He's much happier now. Like he's, I can't imagine he'd be too thrilled ending up with a klutz. So now there's an actual spin going on, and he moves you close to the orchestra. He does that thing where you dip people.
Oh, this is nice.
He dips
I
you
don't want
back.
this moment to end.
I know.
And this is how we'd never end the episode.
And as you tilt backwards, he tilts you right in front of the orchestra, and you see a sign. It just happens to be upside down now, so we'll see how well you can read it. And this is a perception check. You're in fire with your checks, so we'll see how we go.
11.
You can't see the name of the orchestra. That doesn't help you at all.
Should I roll another one?
No, that's not how this works. You don't get to see the name of the orchestra, but you can see it's a beautiful poster of it. And all it says is that, you know how it tells you what the title of the show is for the night? It just says music from the other world. And that's it. And then he pulls you back. And you can now see you are really close to the stage now.
And him?
And you were still really close to him.
How am I going to murder someone?
Yeah, you could leave him and come back to him. I assume you can come back in a second.
I'll leave him.
Just, what do you say to him to leave?
I don't know.
How do you leave somebody that you want to come back to without making it too awkward?
You're really hot. I'll be back.
He just says, I know, and just spins back to the dance floor. And he does, makes eye contact the entire way back, even though he's spinning. Like he spins, his head stays.
He's like an owl head.
And then he just vanishes into the crowd. But you can still feel this. You can still smell him. You can still smell him, and you're covered in bronze glitter.
I love it.
Meanwhile, we're back to the others. Girls, there are also some windows to the side end of the door. And as I said, there are some people coming.
Yeah.
Kaa'Riin is out cold.
Yeah. Okay, I need to get us away because if people come into this alleyway, walkway, whatever, see our posters, we're screwed.
Yes.
They're dumpsters?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just pull us both into a dumpster.
You're going to go into the dumpster, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, you go into the dumpster.
Yeah, I push her up and over into the dumpster and then I jump in with her and I close the lid.
Okay.
I would like to cast Cure Wounds, please.
How much health does that give her?
1d8 plus 4, and that is an 8 plus 4. You get 12 points back.
That's pretty good.
How much did I get back? 12.
12.
Thanks, babe.
She's like, wakes up and goes, so how did we pull off that landing then? Well, from inside the bin, you do hear people looking around really quickly, but the guy who was here before who probably could have told them had gone back inside, so that's a shame for me. And they look around and don't find anything. Honestly, I know they probably should look in the dumpster, but these guys have based all of their knowledge about how to investigate on movies from the 80s, so they ignore the dumpsters. No one ever looks in the dumpsters, and they just leave the area, and you hear them leave pretty clearly.
Awesome. Still telepathetically, I say to Kaa'Riin, sorry about the smell. It was the closest place I could find to hide. We seem to be in Yethlanora, and there are wanted posters everywhere for us.
Shit.
Yeah. Fuck Freya.
Fuck, she's always putting us in it, isn't she? Hey, can I just say, though, really smart idea in the bin.
Thank you.
No one's going to look, but this is in Yethlanora. They like fancy things. It's not looking in the bin for us.
Yeah.
That was a very smart thinking.
In fact, I don't even think they can see bins.
No, you're right. It probably looked really amazing to them. Like, they don't have bins in Yethlanora. Everyone just walks around going, I wonder what happens to our rubbish. And there's all these beautiful shrubs and stuff. Yeah. So it's much like our society, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Just disappears.
Well, thanks for healing me. That was a good heal.
Refreshing.
I feel really good. I feel like I'm almost at 50%.
I don't.
If I had to guess.
I'm going to have to fix myself, I think.
Okay, I think I need to turn into something then.
What, from inside the bin?
I have to turn into something.
Why?
Because we need to be in disguise. People are after us.
That's a good point.
Oh, true.
Point well made.
Like maybe a rat or something. Can we?
How many wild
rats have been a bin?
How many wild shapes you've got?
I got 3.
Okay.
Plenty.
Sweet. Only because, like, if you were going to use one just for disguise at this point, that wouldn't be an attack creature.
Yeah, no. I'm just looking to get out of here.
Yeah, I get you.
Polar bear.
Smooth.
Yeah, no one will notice.
And I'm just trying to think what I could maybe turn into that was non-threatening, that I could take you with me and hide you, but I don't think I got much to do on that. Like a bear's pretty non-discreet.
You could eat me. Just regurgitate me later when we
That's
get wherever
fun.
we're going.
That's a fun idea that you've just had.
Do you got a pelican? Like, you know how they, like, put things in their beaks?
I don't
like
know how to tell you this, but
Nemo's?
you are larger than what a pelican could swallow.
No, just sit in their bill.
Yeah, you'd still be sticking out. I think you'd be more noticeable.
Have I not mentioned that I'm a contortionist and I can fit?
You haven't, and you're not about to. What would you like to do, ladies?
I gotta heal myself beyond 3 health points, otherwise we're just
do you
gonna
want some good berries?
have the
Can you heal yourself?
I have it healing things. Are your good berry spells?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are spells as well, so I'll just use mine.
Okay. That was really good sharing thing.
12 hit points.
Okay.
All right.
We're both feeling good?
Apart from being in a dumpster.
Apart from being in
how's
dumpster.
your stealth?
Stealth
I've got okay
is
stealth.
+1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a disguise though. You can shapeshift, but
right.
can I do like
I need to know where you're going.
I haven't figured that
Out
out
of the
yet.
bin is our first step.
All right, okay. You
We
probably
can't see anything.
don't
We're
need to
in a
stealth
bin.
out
I
of the
don't know
bin.
what more to tell you.
I don't know how to explain to you that you
I
don't
was-
need to be stealthy getting out of this bin.
No, but once we're out of the bin, we're going to need to stealth around.
All right, there's no one else in that courtyard. They left.
Oh, great. We're
You
out
don't
there.
know that, but you heard them leave. So
Okay, I push the bin lid up just a little bit and look around. We're clear.
and you absolutely are. There's nobody there.
And we climb out of the bin. I'd like to keep the lid open though, so I can do an investigation of the bin contents and around to see what
That
I
is good
can
investigating.
MacGyver together for a disguise.
All right, so
purposes.
investigating in the bin.
Yeah.
You see.
People might throw out clothes. People are wasteful.
They are. You see a menu, among other things. There's lots of wasted food.
Okay, menu food.
There's menu food. There are scraps of material, lots of material actually.
Sweet.
Look, it's all cut up. It's not enough to, it's not like a ream of material, but it's all pieces of material. But there's string and all sorts of bits and pieces in there. It's even the occasional button.
Weird. But what that indicates is that this is the dumpster that is shared by some kind of restaurant and perhaps a clothing manufacturer.
Possibly.
So I would like to continue my investigative journey and see if there are signs on any of the doors or buildings in this little courtyard.
No, really in this back section, it's like a white door, like a back alleyway, as you were saying before, where people don't advertise what's in there. But yeah, you've got two windows. They're both lit up. You can see inside them. And you've got a door that has obviously been barricaded.
I look in the windows.
Which one, left or right?
Which way was the guy?
In the middle.
Oh, which door
And
did
they
he go
look
into?
like they're obviously different rooms because they're far enough apart and below.
Oh, so he went in the middle one, so this is left or right, or
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he
yeah.
was. Okay, right.
The right window. Give me a perception check.
8 plus 0.
You do notice that the window is ajar and you can hear some people speaking from that
Okay.
area.
Can I look too?
Yeah, you can.
Thanks.
No.
Ta.
No, you can't look with your little mice eyes.
My beady little mouth. 9.
9 total?
No. Plus 2, 11.
Ooh. It's not much better. But you got close enough to look in. Obviously, Morrigan was a little bit more frightened, just stayed to the side. And
I
you
just
went,
leaned.
I'm going to look through the
Well, I'm
glass.
a mouse at this point.
You can see the
So I don't
people
give
who
a
are
shit.
speaking.
I'm like-
Oh, yeah, you're a little mouse.
Yeah.
Well, that makes you happy, actually, because you see another one.
Oh.
But you can see two people, but they've got their backs to you. One is a sleek-looking elven woman, and she's wearing a houndstooth print tee neck blouse over a drawstring split thigh skirt.
That's a really nice outfit.
I looked those things up, but
That
Instead
sounds
of-
lovely. I would like that outfit, actually.
but instead
It's
of the
very
well-groomed
Chanel.
look you've come to expect from the elves, she looks frazzled. At least the back of her hair does. Panics, but professional.
Gotcha. That's how I live my life at work.
Yeah, I was like, it's relatable.
That describes many of us. And the other one is a little mouse. Wearing a very nice suit set, a solid wrap vest blazer with wide leg pants.
Sorry. So
all in
to
apricot.
this mouse,
Yes, he's in a suit.
but to this mouse, I'm naked.
Yeah, this is going to be an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Okay, mouse like Smudge and Kaa'Riin currently, or mouse like Mouseling like
A
Flint?
mouse.
Okay.
An actual mouse.
This is
And
some fine workmanship to make a suit.
To make flare
it's
pants work on a
lovely.
mouse with that body shape,
Yeah.
crazy.
Slightly, well, yeah, I'm pulling it off though.
Yeah.
Are they on 2 legs or all 4?
On two, a standing mouse.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. That makes more sense. I was
Yeah,
like, I
that's
don't know
so
how
cute.
these pants are working. All
Little
right.
tiny tot.
And you can hear them speak.
Hi, I'm Naomi Kelly,
Oh.
and I play the Queen Seamstress Everleigh and Sanish, the eager apprentice. Well, yes, of course, it's not my fault, but she won't see it that way.
No, she will not. Not even a little bit. Furthest from her mind.
Right. I mean, I work my fingers down to the bone.
Right down to the bone. All the way. Not even a metaphor.
Right again,
That's so
Sanish.
cute.
So here I am, bone fingers working away on 6 dresses. 6. 6.
That's too many.
It is. 5 is too many. 4 is too many.
3?
3 is the right number, Sanish, and I'll tell you why.
And I will listen to every word. Again.
You need 1 dress for introductions, of course.
That's right. The formal gown.
Formal. Formal. I'm surprised at you, Sanish, because the word formal implies some form of restraint, some kind of self-control, a modicum of moderation.
Like when you made that gown for,
I was pausing for effect. A modicum of moderation.
Pause for effect.
Pausing.
And effect received.
Not something hand-woven with worm silk from the Tree of Sins, adorned with feathers stolen from God knows what animal. Look at them, they're huge. Not something lined with fur taken from the very last Draco bear in captivity. Not something with a 15-meter-long train that required the services of none other than Rowena the Sorcerer, who hates her, by the way, so that the damn thing would carry itself. Does that sound formal to you?
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't. But that's not all. Because then you should have, if you are a decent being, you should have a single one-off dining gown. But does she have a dining gown? No, she wants one for each course.
Each course?
Yup, entree, main, and dessert.
Each course?
Oh, if only it stopped there. She also wants something that's not too tight for dancing, and something that's not too loose for... What does that say there?
Dubbing?
Dubbing.
Dubbing.
Yes, dubbing. What in all my days is dubbing?
Well, it's when you make someone a lord or knight or something. It's new. They got it from the other world.
Right. And that needs a dress, does it?
It would appear so. Have you done it?
Sanish, what happens if you don't do what the Queen requests?
I don't know.
Do you see any other seamstresses in the team? Go on, look around.
No, just us.
That's right, Sanish. The entire palace, clothed by just 2 people. I wonder where the others went.
So, you have done it then?
Oh yes, yes indeed. It is done. That's it, over there.
The white one?
Yeah?
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
I know. I hate her, but she has great taste.
I swear this is my Disney section.
That's
I've decided
really
to go all
cute.
Disney, but yes.
I was getting those vibes.
That was one of my favourite little voiceover interactions ever. I loved it.
And what would you like to do with the new knowledge you have?
Well, oof, this queen's vile. So that all the seamstresses are gone, just 2 people in the whole...
Yeah, and a room full of dresses made for Queen Morrigan.
Yes.
Who I look like.
So you could just walk right on in there. Can you not get that first one though? It sounds terrible.
The white one at the end sounds beautiful.
For dubbing, if I'm not wrong.
For dubbing, yeah.
Yeah, get that one.
Because my original plan was try and find material, and then I was gonna like put both of the backpacks on my front and disguise as a beggar. But
no,
put some mud on my face.
Might not get you in the room.
No, well, I don't know where we're going.
No.
It's like I just need to navigate the streets without being looked at and arrested. But maybe we go the opposite, and I try and pass myself off as.
Actually, go get one of the most fucking extravagant dresses ever. Why not? Don't be subtle about it. You don't instill fear. Maybe not that one though. That one has the fur from the last Draco bear in captivity. Oof,
Yeah,
I can't do that.
That's not nice.
So what are you doing?
I am gonna try to pass myself off as Morrigan.
Yeah, you got it.
But by coming in through the window behind them. That's fine. That sounds great.
No.
They haven't seen you.
I'm just trying to decide because she was like, oh, she doesn't appreciate me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do I go in and like I know that information, so like I am appreciative, or do I just lean into the whole evil Morrigan thing?
I think you have to lean in.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try and stealthily get through the window.
Okay.
So that it just seems like I appear out of nowhere.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
But you do have a mouse with you as well, so I don't think the mouse is going to have too many troubles getting in. So it's all up to your stealth check.
Yep.
Let's see how you go.
Yep. I let the computer do it because I thought it would be better.
So you failed that stealth check.
How'd that go?
Oh, well, it was a 1 + 1.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
+1.
It matters not at this stage. You lean against the glass to try and pry it open a little bit more so you can get through it because it's only a small one, and it smashes and shatters as you pull it away. It was obviously not a very well built one and draws everyone's attention as you fall into the room and stand up. Who the hell are you? And then she goes, oh, sorry. And she bows her head.
Dare you not recognize your own queen?
I'm sorry. The dresses are all ready. The dresses are all ready. And I'm so sorry. And she backs away. Which one do you want? Which one do you want next? She doesn't even question the fact that you're clearly not wearing whatever dress she last sent you out in. She's just terrified of you.
Are they all made to my specifications?
Yes, of course. All 6. Well, the 5 that are left, and now she's starting to question why you're not in the other dress that you should be in.
I hope they're better made than the last one.
Oh, good.
Oh, and you can see that hurts her.
Oh.
She is a proud seamstress, and she knows she does a good job, right? And you've questioned her, but she doesn't go any further with it. She's terrified of you. Mitch, I can help you. We can put it on for you now. We're ready. Sanish, let's get it together. Which one are you ready for?
You remember what they look like?
There's a whole bunch of them, but they've for either of the courses that they're going to have for dinner. So it's entree, dinner, or dessert. And there's one for dubbing.
What does the dessert one look like again?
The dessert one is purple, long purple with.
Sold.
Oh, she's gone straight into the purple one.
I am the dessert.
Nice.
Yes, of course you are. Of course you are. And you can almost see. Give me an insight check.
20.
You've just rolled a 1 and then a 20. Do you only have 2 numbers on your dice? I think we've talked about this before. You can see in her that while she is terrified, she's going to do a good job. She does want to make you look amazing, but she also despises you. She can't hide that as much as you'd think. But she pulls you over, and she sees now Kaa'Riin as a mouse. But she doesn't even question it, because why would she? She's scared. And they help you into the purple dress. And then they both sort of look towards the door as if they're hoping you'll leave quickly. Yes, madam. Yes, we'll be waiting for the next dress. The next dress. Yes.
I'm just wondering whether I can get them to do my hair as well.
I don't think that's within their skill
Your
set.
hair looks like you've fallen out of a giant balloon and been blasted by wind.
Yeah.
Just ask for a brush.
Yeah.
The mouse runs up your shoulder and starts brushing your hair with a small...
The pantsuit one?
Yes,
Oh,
in a
cute.
pantsuit, runs on your shoulder and is brushing your hair really, and is bowing while brushing, which is probably making it take even longer, but every brush is also a bow. Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, and just keeps brushing and brushing, and yeah, she gets it, she gets to a knot and is terrified of making you hurt from the knot, but gets through it anyway, and then scurries back down and stands next to Everly, and they both sort of look to the ground.
I start making my way out of the building, and just as I leave, I turn my head and side eye her, and I say, "You're lucky that you're the best one we've ever had," and then I leave really quickly.
Oh, nice, good. Instill a bit more confidence.
As you leave, Sanish the mouse looks over at Kaa'Riin the mouse and sort of quizzically looks and thinks, "Interesting, naked, don't know." Strange choice. We jump back to Freya. Freya / Belloc or Belloc / Freya. I don't know who I'm
in
talking
charge
to
here?
first, but this is actually for Freya. I must say it's for Freya.
Okay.
You hear a voice, and it's Honey. And she says, or whispers as if that's going to make any difference, "What happens to us if we let her do this?"
What does happen?
What do you think happens?
I don't know. Sorry.
If she's murdering people, she's not going to care about us.
Well, I'm just really holding on to that she said that she would release us. I really trust people too much, I'm realising.
Honey says, "It's wrong. We can't really let her do this, can we?
We want to be free. So yeah,
I don't want to be a murderer."
I don't care.
Wow.
Not my first body.
Yeah. I don't care. Oh, honey, you're too sweet. Bless your cotton socks.
Honey, in this political climate, yeah, we're kind of going to be murderers.
This is terrifying for Honey. She says, I know how to make her stop. But then she whispers the last part of that, she fades out. Like she's now just almost as scared of you as she is of Belloc.
I'm not going to kill you, honey. I just want to get away from Belloc.
You don't know that. If we die, if she doesn't care about us and we die, it's blood on your hands. And then she says,
So you know how to stop her?
well, when Vinny was still here, whenever we talked, Vinny and I, about just the way we felt about each other, anytime we showed that we cared. It seemed to slow her down. It's like she paid attention. She was listening.
So the power of love.
And then Huey Lewis
soothes all.
Walks on the stage and the band kicks in.
So do I have to pretend to love?
I wouldn't use the word pretend so much. I mean, she can hear us. And there's this awkward, extremely long pause as Freya continues to go, it's just easier if I kill somebody. I just have to kill someone.
Heaps easier.
So back to Morrigan and Mouse Kaa'Riin. You're still a mouse.
Great.
We're just going to go, squeak.
You find yourself in a dark corridor. There are people scurrying around all over the place, but they suddenly see you and again they avert their eyes and they scurry to the side. They're surprised to see you, as if you're not quite supposed to be here. You hear the music playing from a ballroom to the side of where you are. And someone comes up and says, oh, there you are. They're ready for you. Someone is. The host is missing. Now you'll have to do it.
What the fuck have you done?
Just through here, come on. And without touching you, she ushers you towards the stage.
Shit.
So, do you want to go?
I really don't. My kneecaps are shaking in their sockets. I do not like public speaking, and I feel like this is not going to go well.
I thought you were going to blame your knees. Like, that's a new one for D&D. My knees aren't
They're
up to it. Yeah.
Rickety knees.
But anyway, are you going to go through?
I mean, I guess the alternative is I'm going to turn and run, which is very unevil Morrigan-like. Is there any way for me to have a glance at what I'm walking into before I walk out there?
Yeah, no, it seems like because you're in the dark backstage, very dark, and it's bright out there. So it's almost difficult because of the contrast.
Okay.
And because I'm a mean dungeon master.
Okay, you know what? Because this little guy's like in my space and ushering me. Like I stop in my tracks and he bumps into me a little bit and I turn and glare at him.
Well, first of all, she.
She?
She.
Why did I assume it was a guy?
I don't know.
Are they little too? I'm picturing a little...
No.
Oh, okay.
Tall elf.
I make them feel short in the way that I look down my nose at them, even though they're taller than me. And so I turn to her and she like bumps into me a little bit and I turn and I glare at her and I'm like, take a step back. And then I like raise my chin even higher and I confidently walk onto stage.
Yeah, she has a clipboard, so she doesn't really care about you doing anything. You know when people have a clipboard and that makes them more powerful?
Yeah.
So she's got a clipboard and she looks
I'm not
down.
gonna lie, when I'm at work and I have a clipboard, I feel pretty damn powerful.
Empty clipboard, nothing's on it or anything. No, she's got the schedule on there.
But when people see you writing on a clipboard, the panic in their eyes is unbelievable. And usually I'm just like doodling something because I'm bored.
So that's what she does. She steps back from you and doodles something on the pad, which just makes your anxiety go through the roof. She's doing nothing, but she also says, you do the dubbing now, then you change clothes again, then you do the speech, and then the armies leave, and then there's dessert after you change again. She's got like just attitude oozing out, somehow not scared of you.
Why though?
Because she has a clipboard.
It's better than a shield and a sword.
I would like to strategically, as I'm walking, kind of kick my foot out so that she gets knocked and stumbles a little bit, just to throw her off a little bit.
Oh, give me a dexterity roll.
I am as dexterous as a horse with 3 legs.
A tight dress.
In a tight dress. In a dark room.
This horse has lived.
I rolled a 1 + 1. Wow.
You basically stumble onto the stage. You fall out through and you're almost...
I'm still imagining the horse.
Legs everywhere.
Right now, so is the whole room.
Legs.
And the whole room can see it, but they're not making a noise because they know who this person is. But yeah, you stumble out. You're almost barged into the podium.
Excellent.
Elegant.
Thank you.
And I just get to be a little wee mouse.
And you're just sort of sitting on the shoulder or something like that. The first thing they do is they hand you a sword.
Oh, shit.
And
Sweet.
No, I think you gotta sacrifice something.
And they say you've got to do the dubbing. The young lady hands you a list of people you're supposed to dub.
Does it include what I'm dubbing them for?
It does. It does. And it's a long list of people. There's clearly people in the audience that are really important. One catches your eye. Lord Randall Buckenheim.
Randy Buck.
Lord.
I think you'll find Lord Randall Buckingham.
That motherfucker.
Should I chop his head off?
Fucking chop his head off. What was it? Randall Buckingham.
Lord Randall Buckingham.
my ass.
It's bright when you walk out, almost too bright for a second. It's difficult for you to get the entire room into focus. But slowly you see this is the ballroom, with, the usual elven finery that you expect from wonders of nature. There's some pillars on the side, for example, that look like trees winding themselves up to hold on this dome. And a beautiful dance room as well that has that aurora light mixing across. And the smells, the room's like alive with a sense of wildflowers and ancient woods and things like that. You do notice that most of the people in the room are wearing masks, which reminds you of just the complex and diverse nature of Kaa'Riin, because there's all sorts of different sort of creatures represented. Morrigan, as your eyes start to focus, you see someone, a beautiful woman, a long dark hair, green eyes like your own. And she looks at you and she has the moment of recognition. She knows who you are. Belloc, you also see her. You see her face, you see her shape, and you recognize the way she moves. This is your dancer. The one who broke your heart and traded it for another. You remember the rose in your hand that absorbed the first layer of your hatred and burned into a dagger.
That was right.
Morrigan, you start to recall who this person is.
Awesome.
You remember a dark cauldron and Menteith and a woman watching from the shadows.
This is my other lover!
This is who?
This is my other lover.
Scandalous!
Oh, no.
And then you were submerged. You remember a dance floor where she turned and twirled with a room watching.
Yes. Oh, no.
And you remember seeing someone reach for her hand, but you never saw who it was. And you feel the dagger tattoo on your leg begin to burn.
Oh.
And then the dancer, Shayla.
Thanks for naming her Shayla. Oh my God.
Walks over and puts her hand around who she thinks is Queen Morrigan. She's very tentative about that, but she hides her fear and distaste well enough that the audience doesn't even react to the person who's just vanished from the stage. They're used to this sort of aggression and violence. They become immune to such moments. So much so, as I said, the orchestra didn't even stop playing.
She put a hand around me.
Yeah. Belloc has now seen that.
Like around my shoulder? Like
No.
Waist.
Around your waist.
Round.
Okay.
Yes. She knows how she's supposed to look. And she turns to the audience and it's an awkward smile, but it's enough for the audience to go, yes, we understand. Yes, you must be terrified.
Oh my God, my evil half got to keep both of them? That's fucked.
Oh my God, you're right. Your evil half did get to keep both of them.
We were supposed to split so that I could have...
Wait, you're supposed to split so one could be with one and one could be with the other?
That was my understanding.
That's gorgeous.
Can I put my arm around her waist and pull her in?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, I want to do that.
It does. She comes across, and again, there's a moment when she pulls away, but she knows what she's supposed to do. Belloc, you see Queen Morrigan now, and you make the connection.
Okay.
You also see out of the slit along the side of her leg for the dress. You do see the dragger. You do see the dragger. You do see a dragon now come through the window because I want to really fuck things up. You do see the dagger. And then it's almost as though the orchestra is aware of the moment. The music they're playing is gripping and powerful, but with a layer of trauma, overtones of futility. Nonetheless, beautifully performed. The conductor lowers to the ground. This is the first time you notice they were hovering. The audience turns to applaud, but instead their mouths open as though something has shocked them. From the side of the room walks another woman. You can't see her, but she walks with purpose. You can't quite see her, but you can only notice through a small gap. She has dark stilettos, strong calves breaking through a slice in a deep red dress. She reaches for the piano and leans over to whisper something to the musician. He hesitates. She leans forward again and says something else to him, and his eyes glaze for a moment. He readies to play. And now you see her face. It's Kaa'Riin.
You've been wronged, you've been had.
Damn.
No wonder you're feeling bad.
You see her long red beard matching her dress. But she doesn't act like her. She turns and she looks directly at you, at Belloc.
Not your fault. Let's blame them. Send them to unhappy ends. You were fooled. Words were said. Now they wander through your head. Promise made, but not kept. Filled an ocean while we wept. Don't trust hearts, they can break.
Trust the hate and endless ache.
There's no love in this life. Just reach out and grab that knife. Love is blind, now you see. The better half is me. The better half is
It's still me.
Fucking goosebumps. Fuck.
And that's where we end chapter 2.
Oh, I literally have goosebumps. Who sung that?
Yeah, that was sung by another audience member. That's the wonderful Raina Ophelia Simmons.
I love the name Raina.
I do too.
Ophelia.
Ophelia's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel ya. Shut up. She's never heard that one too. She's like sitting there right now going, oh my God, that's clever.
Has no one ever said that? How has one ever made that connection?
My brother has this awful habit of whenever someone says something that ends in an sound, like Ophelia goes, Ophelia, I barely even know her. All the fucking time. You can't use that consonant in that vowel sound anymore.
That's pretty good.
Can I say also she wrote the music, or she put together the music, and she's wonderfully talented.
Yeah.
Wonderfully talented.
Did you write the song though?
Yeah.
Gorgeous song.
You are wasted on our shitty little podcast.
Can I tell you one more thing?
Yes.
The show's only over for you. Because for the audience, they're about to find out who those people were walking around the outside of the ballroom.
People walking around the outside?
Well, you didn't see that. Only Freya saw that.
Round the outside.
Round the outside.
Round the outside. That's the song
That's
I
the
should
song
have
that
written.
comes up. Cheer the fuck girls.
He's been trying to get us to check these other guys out, but I am focused on the main task.
What was the plan if I didn't come out with, the dress and the knife? Were you just going to rewrite the song and re-record it?
I was very worried I wasn't going to be able to lead you in that direction. I'd probably rushed that a little bit.
There'd be this edit of you just singing over that bit.
And don't talk about the knife. No, I was like, that's why I talked about knives in the dining room, around the tables, around the ballroom so much. I was like, there's a backup plan. There are other knives.
If they don't follow the plan.
Just pick up a knife. Yeah, that was the idea. Beneath the ballroom, fates were changing. Some gods require prayer, others sacrifice. Some simply wish for recognition. Just one required all three.
Hi, I'm Tanner Azanero from Foes and Fables, and I play the Cardinal of Undulak.
Hi, I'm Benjamin, and I play the Lost Brother.
The stars align, my followers. But I am unpleased to be called upon. What sacrifice have you brought before your gods? Surely not this sliver of life. It has the look of forgotten meat. What are you, creature? What name do you serve?
I am human, Cardinal. The last of my line. My family name will die with me.
And you call upon this council. You gather us as one, as though you have the right.
I have completed your tests. I have bested your challenges. I have earned this right.
Earned? Fool. This cannot be earned, only granted. and I do not see reason to make such an arrogant request on behalf of some lesser beast of a dying lost name.
I have completed your tests. I have bested your challenges. I have earned this right.
Is that so? Do you know what it is you ask of your gods, human?
I do.
Then tell us what it is you seek that could give you cause to offer yourself in such manner.
Revenge.
Yes, a powerful motivator. But what could be taken from you that could be worse than your honor?
Worse? A brother murdered. A crime of the heart, and I will give all for the blood I am owed.
Then your god will take all. This, young human, is the dagger of your god. Cry not as it pierces your skin. And let your god know who you are.
I am Menteith, the last of my name. Brother to a murdered captain, a life stolen by a queen who knows not of love. And I will have her blood. I will have her beauty. And I will have her last breath.
Then that shall also be the price of your gift. Let the blade take, and let the blade give.
Let the blade take, and let the blade give.
Now, beast of Menteith, find your prey.
I am Menteith, the last of my name. The last of my name. The last of my name. I am Menteith. The last of my name, and I will have their last breath.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just a sudden ending. It happens all the time. So maybe there's danger or just a clever line. But don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Right?